On it.
How you doing? Right. Thank you for coming out today. We really appreciate it, and obviously we appreciate your coverage of Miami football. It's been a crazy 3 weeks for us, clearly with the dead periods, the bowl game, a shortened contact week this week, and then obviously going into another dead period. But we've been able to get a lot accomplished in a short period of time. I'm excited about our new staff additions. I'm excited about the staff members that have stayed on to continue with us, Michael Barrow and Jeff Stoughton. So we're moving forward, and hope to have the whole staff completed by Tuesday morning at the latest, which of course we're going into another dead period on Sunday. So we'll be in the office all next week. We'll use that time to finish this recruiting class and then also evaluate the next class. So with that, that would just give you a quick overview of where we're at as a football program, and I'll open it up to the many questions that I know you have forthcoming.
Al, how difficult has recruiting been in the sense, and I asked Brennan the same question yesterday, that there's a lot of things being said about the staff. Of course, there's always negative recruiting whenever you're talking about Miami.
Yeah.
How can you both sell what you guys are selling and sort of battle back against what people are saying about this program right now?
Well, I don't know what they're saying, but I can tell you what we're selling, an incredible product. We're selling the team with the most national championships in the last 30 years, the most first-round picks in the last 18 years, the #1 university in the state of Florida, a top 50 university in the country, an intimate setting, which most powered Division I programs don't have in a 15,000-person campus. We are very much blessed to have a kind of an insulated campus, if you will, a beautiful, picturesque campus, but yet have access to the world right outside our doors, have access to a world-class city. So there's no shortage in what we have to sell here. What we have to do is get back to communicating and building trust in our relationships with the high school community and our peers in all the high schools in South Florida. And then, as I said on the night that I was hired, supplement that with not only some of our roots up in the Northeast, but also with Brennan and Jethro in both Texas and California. And we'll do that. But our primary recruiting base is going to be here. And in terms of what people are saying about us, they're always going to say that's recruiting. We choose to be a staff that doesn't negative recruit. And again, that should be a show of strength, a sign of strength, a sign that you really believe in your product and you believe in what you're going to do with obviously our opportunity that we have here at Miami.
How tough is it to get back the trust? Can you do it instantly? Does it take a while?
Well, I think, number one, your reputation with the student-athletes precedes you. So no matter where you've been, you have a resume. And your resume with the student-athletes is by far the most important thing for both parents and coaches. And we've hired a staff that believes in developing relationships with the student-athletes, with treating them fairly, with communicating to them on a daily basis. And that's what we built the program on. That's what we're going to obviously build this program, and that's how we're going to change the culture here. But this is not, I feel like I'm fortunate to be at Miami at this time, because this is not like taking over some of the programs where there's a transition where it's 2 or 3 or 4 wins or 5 wins. This is a program that obviously won 7 games, but really had a chance to win 2 others in South Florida and Virginia. So we could be, obviously with the right kids in the right places moving forward in this recruiting class and getting the team on all the same page. This doesn't need to take a couple of years to get this thing going. We want to get working on this on January 18th.
Speaking of that, Al, your impressions of the Sun Bowl, you were obviously there. And,
yeah.
Did you leave there thinking there's a lot of work to do, or what?
Yeah, well, here's how I left there. I left there thinking that the things that we need to do are fixable. We need to be a smarter, tougher, more disciplined, and better conditioned team, and I didn't see that. I didn't see a team that executed with high football IQ. I see a lot of talent. I see kids with want to. I saw a team that didn't quit, to be quite honest with you. had a goal line stand and then finished the game, which means there's a lot of pride in there, and we got to get it out. I discussed at the site that I'm not going to apologize for how we played, but at the same time, I do want everybody to know that transitions are very difficult. And certainly that was a difficult transition because it was one of Miami's own, and just because of the circumstances of which I took over and Jeff was the interim head coach. So there was a lot of things going on. So, but if you have those kind of penalties in a game, especially the personal fouls, and you turn the ball over, you don't have a chance to win. So we're going to create value in that game by not burying it in 2010, but rather by showing it to our players as kind of a paradigm, if you will, of what we need to do and what needs to be fixed, because talent alone is not going to get it done. But there is talent here, and so that from that standpoint, I'm excited. But we got to be a far more disciplined team. We got to be a better conditioned team, and we got to get back to our roots here a little bit, which means we got to get hungry. I mean, to be quite honest, we got to get back to being hungry, and I think that's what we're doing right now on the recruiting trail. We've kind of, and again, this is my assessment. We've kind of become a clam in the recruiting trail, which means, we open up and let all the food rush in, and we're going to go back to being an eagle. We're going to go back to being hunters, and knowing that we have a good product, and knowing that we have a tremendous legacy, and knowing that we have the most players in the NFL, and knowing we have something that no one else, including anybody in this state, can sell, and that is a program that has the opportunity to win a national title in football, produce NFL players, and have both a campus and a world-class city at its disposal, which is very unique. And it's obviously something that kids are looking to do in this day. In this wired age, kids are looking to be connected. And so we have no shortage of positive responses out there, I can tell you right now. What has been a little bit difficult is, and it's more of a psychological factor, I believe, is that the kids that were committed and then decommitted and then looked, and then those kids are really struggling with the fact that they committed to a former staff, and they can't get by that. But all the kids that are either, either a commitment at Michigan or a Stanford kid or a kid that's not committed, or even some of the juniors that we're getting responses from, the brand is strong, and we're excited about that. But you can understand how, it's like, you see your prom date 5 years after the prom, and you think it's going to be the way it is. It's not. It's never going to be that way again. And I think some of those kids, it was in their mind that it was going to be a certain way, and it's changed. And if they could ever get by that there was a staff change, and really defend their decision to be part of this university and be part of this alumni and to be part of this community, they would come here. But that's part of the negative recruiting that some of you alluded to. People could keep saying you committed to this coach or that coach. And really, it's over. That's 2010. So we'll get by it.